So, welcome and good morning, good afternoon, Mr. David Odepidan. I think I'm saying correctly, yeah, right? I'm pronouncing like I'm
David?
saying your, yeah, David
Yeah, Odepidan is correct. Absolutely, you're
Odepidan.
correct.
Yes. So today we are going to talk about enhancing business efficiency through process automation. Yes. So
Yeah.
the platform is yours.
All right. I will say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you're watching us from. So my name is David Odepidan, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Sylvie, for having me here. Just to a brief of introduction. So I'll be speaking on enhancing business efficiency through process automation.
Seems like we lost remark, or am I?
Yeah, um, David will be back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I'm audible enough and everyone can hear me as well. You can
Yes.
just give me your
Yes.
reaction
Yes.
so I'll know
Yes.
that you can hear me. Can everyone hear me?
Yes. We can hear you. We can hear you, David. We can hear you, David. We can hear you, David. We can hear you. We can hear you. It is good. We can hear you.
Um, I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes. Everything's fine.
So, all right, can I just get your reaction here? Let me know we're on the same page. Anyone? All right, I think we can hear me as well. So, I'm saying that I'll be talking about enhancing business efficiency through process automation, offering deep insight into how modern practices can transform our operations. And going forward, I'll be going with defining artificial intelligence itself, and I would say that artificial intelligence is defined, as a system's ability, right, to correctly interpret external data. And this is a way for us to learn from such data in such a way that, we can use those learning to achieve specific goals, and tasks through flexible adaptation. So, because this is the new trend, this is the new technology, I would say that there's a synergy, there's a relationship between AI and human. Okay, so we see that AI is trained through a training data, you know, data set, and previously we have defined these terms. We have systems in place before this adoption. It has been in existence, right? But like I used to say, we have different names that we've called it so far. And we've defined frames and has the freedom in a certain option, space to suggest things. So going through this, I'll quickly explain the relationship between human and AI itself. And that will make me to speak on automation and augmentation, right? So if we look at automation, this implies that machines take over human tasks, whereas with augmentation, humans and machines collaborate closely to perform different tasks. Okay, and that's why we see that nowadays we've seen that people are scared as that you will hear people saying, oh, AI will take over my job, or AI will do this and that. However, it's more about collaboration. Okay, it's more about saying with augmentation, humans and machines closely, to perform different tasks, which makes it easy as humans. As business analysts, right, we should leverage these tools. We should leverage this synergy to make our work faster and our work easier. Okay, so AI can take control over service scaling and service personalization, which is augmentation, whereas humans are in control of service improvement automation. Before the end of my session, I will quickly give a brief case study in such a way that you will understand what I'm saying with augmentation and automation. Okay, so the next thing I want to say is it brings me to the circle or the wheel. You can see that is a trend, the adoption. The first point, the second point is in different layers. We all know that we have artificial intelligence, we have machine learning, we have deep learning, we have generative AI. So, speaking of artificial intelligence, this is a technological discipline which I've, summarized earlier, which involves emulating human behavior by utilizing machines, right? And for us to learn and perform tasks without the need for explicit instruction. So this is to say that your input will determine your output and also the best way for you to do it better and faster. When it comes to machine learning, this, like we say, is a subset, is a subset of artificial intelligence, as you can see from the wheel. And this refers to systems that can learn by themselves. That's why we have machine learning models. You have unsupervised learning, you have supervised learning. I'm not going into that because I'm speaking as a business analyst today. So what we say is that this fits into the algorithm and predictions, and to make prediction like how much money a store might make in a given day and other things like that. Deep learning is a subset of machine learning. That is clear here from the framework that you can see. You see that the first one is a subset of the other. Okay, right. And we can see that the learning process for deep learning is a subset of machine learning, and it is based on artificial neural networks. So the learning process is deep because the structure of the neural network itself, it consists of multiple input and output with hidden layers. I will show that later on, going forward. So this operates on massive large data sets. Now, speaking about generative AI, this is a subset of deep learning models that can produce new content based on what is described in the input. The collection of generative AI models, that can produce language, code, and images, that is LLM. Now, we see that one of the biggest challenges of generative AI is inherent bias, and I will speak on that later on as well. However, to move forward, we see that artificial intelligence today is driven by three trends. In 2025, we've seen that AI is anticipated to be driven by three key trends. And what are these trends? Agentic AI. What is agentic AI? You might have been listening or hearing, agents and other things like that. This is just autonomous systems. They are referred to as autonomous systems. The second one is scalable AI. And as business analysts, we can see that from our daily activities, we should be able to scale, things when we're speaking about projects. Okay, that's speaking about broad deployment. And the last one is responsible AI. So when we say responsible AI, it is being ethical, ethical consideration. This is where deep fake comes in. You know, you can see that, and I'll give an instance. I'm sure it's all over there on the internet. The last meeting that was done, between the president, you can see that deep, you know, several videos were coming up, giving us such some behaviors that was put out there, that were put out there like it occurred, but it wasn't the case. So I said the first one is agentic AI, the second one is scalable AI, and responsible AI. So I will dwell more on responsible AI, which is ethical consideration and transparency. This influences how organizations adapt their operations, and approach the competitive landscape. So I love numbers so much, okay? And I would say, according to this data from NTT, it says that generative AI is a revolution. It's not about the hype, it's all over there. But two thirds of the C-suite view generative AI as a revolutionary game changer, which means and which implies to us that this is something that is needed. You can see that only 1%, right? You can see that only 1% of these C-suite use generative AI is, overhyped. That's 1%. 96% says this gives us the productivity, the enhancement, and also the CEOs. So going forward, playtime is over, right? And you can see these numbers, you can see the impression, you can see that this really gives a bit of an overview, of what is to come. And now we are here. So generative AI is the type of intelligence that is capable of generating new and original content, such as images, music, video, you name it. Now, the AI systems are designed to learn and mimic the patterns and characteristics of particular type of data. I'm giving this context so that we understand and I will build on that context as a business analyst. Okay, so this is what we need to understand. We need to know all these fundamentals to know how it works. So, if you look at the current generative AI landscape, you can see that 43% strongly agree, right? 90% say legacy infrastructure and other information like that. So, because that is self-explanatory, I won't go much on that. And speaking of AI agents, there are different AI agents, and what I will do today is to show you the AI agent and also show you the companies, the use case scenarios of this agent. So, simple reflex agent. These are the types of AI agent that we have according to Project Pro. Model-based reflex agents, goal-based agents, utility-based agents, learning agents, multi-agent systems, hierarchical agents. If you look at all these agents that are listed here, we have tools that we can use or tools that have been based on these agents to make our work easier. And I will list some companies, I will list type of things they use here. All right. So the type of AI agent, the industry types, the use case examples, right? The use case examples that we have here is to say that, you know, we have simple reflex AI agents. And what do they do? These agents react to specific triggers based on predefined rules. Okay, these agents are programmed to follow a condition action process, which means they respond to certain conditions with a predetermined action. And I'll give you an example. An example is you resetting your password. If you've been conversant with it, you will see that, I did task to tell you, confirm that you are not a robot, you know, and you click that, you check that box. So, unlike more advanced AI agents, simple reflex agents do not store information about past interactions, right? They don't learn from their previous actions. As you can see that the industry types here. You can see the use case examples and the companies that are using them. So, model-based reflex agents, they have the ability to store, right, and reference past experiences as well as make smarter decisions over time. Now, if you look at this, you will see that they don't just react to immediate triggers. They act based on predefined rules. I know most people have used ChatGPT and other things out there, right? So they also maintain an internal representation of the world around them. So this model, keeps track of changes in the environment, following the agents to recognize what has happened before and to avoid repeating the same thing over and over. To give an example of this, we will say that if you have a robot vacuum and you ask that vacuum to clean a certain area, okay, it remembers that and avoids cleaning the same spot again. That is why I would say that some part of marketing or sales, they have a way of saying, when I send this to you, display it to one person. When you visit a website, display it to this person and just this person alone. When you go there again, you won't see the same thing, right? Goal based, and I'm building on this premise. Just follow me. So, goal based agent focuses on achieving a clearly defined goal, whether it's solving a problem or executing a task, right? And so on and so forth. So, if I dwell more on hierarchical agents, they operate in a multi-tiered system, and at higher level agent managing complex tasks by delegating sub-tasks to specialized lower level agents. Now, the case study that I will show you later is to show you how the company tried resolving the bottleneck they had, the manual way, the traditional way, and we can see that machine learning itself, there's traditional programming before we have the computation one. This is got it from MIT. Okay, you have your input, you have your answer, it computes your answer, it gives the quality of you to be training the data over and over again. And if we look at multi-agent AI, coordination and planning architectures, you can see this, the role coordination, the planning type. So quick one. What are the quick thoughts? The quick thought is this, right? And I said here, these are the people that they've been using AI to enhance their processes. If you look at Cisco technology, AI has been used in supply chain, even in their sales and customer support. Right. There was a case study that was out there, CNN Business about hallucination, where a lawyer used artificial intelligence, to get case files or court citations, which he later apologized for, using fake court citations. So this is to tell us that we need to be ethical and also checkmate whatever we do. So categories of AI, we have rule-based system. Rule-based system, they are called expert systems. Those were the systems in place before we have this developed trend, right? And also about generative AI. So I gave these three types of AI that can help business analysts. Cresta, task aid, user story mapping.ai. If these are the key things that you're gonna take away as a business analyst from here, from my session, look at these three tools. They will help you. All right. So going forward, now looking at Home Depot, these are the companies that they've been able to integrate AI into their businesses. Home Depot say that they should always be looking for creating extraordinary experience that brings joy to the user, experience that delights. It's not about the technology we use underneath, that's secondary. So it's not really about the technology itself, right? It's about how that adds value. So technology provides zero value to your company. What you do with the technology is what adds value. All right. So if you see Judgment says artificial intelligence is not intelligent, but it can act intelligently, and that's potentially useful. So it's about you synergizing, right? Putting the human strength and the artificial intelligence strength to become better. Okay, so we see that human strength, we have critical thinking, stakeholder engagement, adaptability, strategic thinking. But to make your work faster, you have AI strength to combine with it. Data processing, automation, predictive analytics, consistency, right? Critical thinking is super duper important. Understanding deeper implications of business needs and making contextual judgments. All right. So going forward, let's see the synergy. So the synergy of between AI and human to enhance and automate our processes. So the future of business analysis, lies in collaboration between AI and human analysts. AI can enhance human capabilities by doing the following: augmenting human analysis with advanced predictive capabilities. You see that freeing up time for business analysts to focus on other things, strategic high value tasks. When you augment it, you can see that in turn, as human analysts, it provides critical oversight and validation of AI generated insights. Okay. And this drives strategic discussion of stakeholder alignment. So whatever the AI is giving to you, there is need to have human input to oversee and produce better results. Okay, so I mentioned about agentic AI stack, and these are some of them that I was able to curate, while preparing for this session. We can see the tool retrieval layer, we can see web search, APIs, you can see that action orchestration layer, you can see resulting layer, LLM, which I've introduced you to. That was why I said I was building on that premise. The feedback, the learning layer itself. So if we look at this, we have the security compliance layer, which is data encryption, access, and others. These are just high level, but to make it easier and to break it down, business implementing AI automation face several significant challenges. Okay, and data quality is part of them. Lack of expertise, integration complexity, which is something that, we need to upskill ourselves. So if we are looking at using AI to make our process better and faster, we need to upskill ourselves. We need to create solutions, to bottlenecks, which requires balance between human and automation. So, looking at the bias, you see that we can, for artificial intelligence, this is another bottleneck, when it comes to bias, because you need to consider it ethical consideration. You need to see that we are fair. So whatever input you have for the data set, it must serve both A and B, male and female, not just restricted to one person alone. Okay, so as a BA, if you embrace AI, it will help you become more agile, efficient, and strategic in your decision making approach. And what will I say, or how do I put it? A case study is about a plant German's AI collaboration in recipe generation, for plants. A Danish company founded in 2016 offers a digital service that provides personalized vegetarian recipes using AI technology. Now, what did they do? The challenge that they were facing is to create a system that could generate diverse, appealing vegetarian recipes while accommodating user preference and available ingredients. Okay, now the company's AI system suggests optimal food pairings, okay, and ingredient substitution, working in tandem with human expertise to create unique culinary experience. Now, I'm gonna show you a summary of what was done. So the AI will analyze the databases for ingredient and flavor. It will suggest the ingredient combination and substitution. It will generate rather initial recipe and structure. Now, when will the human capacity or input come in? It comes in saying that the experts review and refine the AI generated recipes. Okay. Then after doing that, ensure that the cultural sensitivity and practical feasibility of recipes provide creative input for unique flavor combination. Now, the implementation. This is the implementation. The AI system will process user input on available ingredients and preferences. It will generate a base recipe structure, suggest potential modification. So human chefs review the AI output, making adjustments for taste, texture, and practicality. This is the synergy I was talking about. So rather than the human to start looking at a whole lot of data to come up with recipes, push that to the artificial intelligence agent to do that for you, while you focus on more strategic and more valuable output that you can get. Right. So the result: increased recipe variety, personalization, improved user satisfaction with unique tailored recipes, efficient use of human expertise, focusing on creativity and quality control. And this is why it is so important for us to upskill ourselves to know better and understand the domain as business analysts, so that you can have that high level overview to give the right justice. All right. So if you look at this, the mutual adjustments controlled by human, no, it was not observable. Direct supervision, recipe development by human. Test framing by AI. Test framing, standardization of output was done by human. So this is just to show you that we can leverage artificial intelligence to give us the best output, and also for us to be more creative while resolving, you know, preferring solutions to projects that we find ourselves. If you have any question, thank you. Please share your question with me, and I'm happy to take your questions. Thank you very much, Sylvie, for having me here.
Thank you so much, David, or David. Yeah, David is better in English. Yeah, not in French. So, because we are used to say David in French. We have one question for you, maybe, probably two. And both of them are from
Hello.
Mahesh.
I have one also, David.
You have one?
Hello,
Okay.
everyone.
Yes, yes, we are hearing you. We can hear you, David. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Are you there? Okay, we are losing David actually. David, are you there? It seems someone. I need to unmute someone. Are you there, David? Mark, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, Sylvie.
Okay, seems that David is having some issue. I don't know. I can't I don't know. Maybe he's not hearing us. I don't know. David, are you there? I'm going to try to come to. In case he's not back, I can only ask you guys to follow him. Okay, he's back. Are you there, David? Okay, perfect. Okay.
All
Yes, yes, we are hearing you.
right.
We can hear you, David. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Oh, he's
Yes, I can hear
lagging.
you.
Okay, he's lagging. Okay, we are losing David actually. David, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you loud and
It seems
clear.
someone. I need to unmute someone. Okay, this is okay. Can you hear? Okay,
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
yes, we are having some issue. Okay.
Yes, I'm here. I'm here, Sylvie.
I can hear
Okay, it
you.
seems that David is having
I can
some
hear
issue.
you.
I
Can you
don't
hear
know.
me?
I can't. I don't know. Yes, I can hear you. He's not hearing us. I don't know. David, are you there? I'm going to try to come. Okay.
Yes.
Listen. Okay, okay. We are having some issue. So let me read one question for you. Ask you guys to follow him. Okay, he's back. Okay, is there any? Okay, perfect. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, we are hearing you. We can hear you, David. We can hear you. Can you hear us? Oh, it's lagging.
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear you.
it's lagging. Okay, we are losing David actually. Okay, I think that this is, I don't know what is going on with the platform today with me. They are so happy. It seems like everything's happy here today. Everyone is happy here today. Sorry. Everything's happy here today. Everyone is happy here today. Sorry. Yeah, there's a major lag. Yeah, there's a major lag. I think that the only thing I can ask you guys is to follow David actually on LinkedIn and ask him any type of question you have actually, because we are running out of time. And I'm going to try once more. Is there any special training required for AI, like newcomer like me? Those who are looking for a profession like business analysis, because as a non-IT professional, it is quite tough to
Can you
learn.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you? Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read the question again. Or maybe if you can go to the Q&A on your right, you will be able to see the question of Mahesh questions. The question again. Or maybe if you can go to the Q&A on your right, you will be able to see the question of Mahesh questions.
Is it possible? I wish to enter the AI domain, having 16 years of experience in industry, but I'm not a non-IT professional and really don't know machine languages, how to make a career for me. Yeah, so like I used to say, transitioning is not an issue, but you understanding your domain, right? You understanding your domain is the major thing because you really don't, you really don't, um, you really don't have an issue transitioning because you can leverage on your previous skills. There's what I call the business analyst language, and there's what I call the technical language. So yes, it is possible for you to enter that domain. Is there any special training required for AI like a newcomer like me, those who are looking for a profession like business analysis? Because as a non-IT professional, it is quite tough to learn machine languages like Python. Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you, but you need the foundation, you need the knowledge, you need the in-depth knowledge for you to thrive on that. I hope that answers your question.
Okay, I think that we are going to stop here, and probably Mahesh is going to reach out to you on LinkedIn. And
Thank you, Mahesh.
yes, so thank you so much, David. Thank you again.